All right, welcome back to the Strumming Doctor. Hopefully you've had some time to spend on the last lesson and really develop your technique for your upstrokes, because we are going to be working on our timing with upstrokes. And again, we're going to separate the challenges here and only work on our strumming hand with only upstrokes, no chords at all. So just mute the strings. And we're gonna work on our upstrokes at 70, 80, then 90 beats per minute. And normally, like when I work on timing with someone like we did with the downstrokes, I'll say tap first at 70, 80, 90 beats per minute. But you've already done that if you've been following along with this first module. So we're gonna jump right into the strumming part. And if you feel like you need to go back and review the tapping a bit with 70, 80, and 90 beats per minute, go ahead and do that. But let's go dig into this. Okay, 70 beats per minute. And again, the key here is going to be to develop awareness of that beat. So move another part of your body. It can be your head. It can be tapping your foot. I'm going to do both. And again, one thing here to help you get into the groove is count yourself off. Probably 2 measures is a good amount to really create that initial awareness of the beat where it is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You only need to hit the thinnest 3 to 5 strings, remember that? Okay. Be sure to move another part of your body. My head's nodding. My foot is not tapping. Mostly because my phone's sitting on my leg. I don't want it to fall off there. I'll do some tapping too. If you can, count out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And as you do this, since we're doing it so slow, you should be able to think a little about your technique, right? So am I keeping that rotational movement going with my hand? Are my fingers tucked in like this, or are they out here like this? Get that rotational movement going. Don't just lock your wrists and strum from your elbow. Stay relaxed, loose grip on the pick. So when the pick hits the strings in this arc like this, it gives a little bit and then glides through. What angle are you hitting? Is your pick, is it pointed down like that? Is it more parallel like this? Is it up like this? Are you gripping the pick with 2 fingers like this? 1 finger? Or are you supporting that pick and kind of keeping it in place with this finger too? So all things to think about. Nothing really new here as far as technique goes. You've already been working on your technique. We've already been working on timing a little bit. It's just a matter of putting the 2 together and thinking about multiple things at the same time. So being aware of that beat. Are you right in the center? Like that? Or are you going a little bit ahead? Like that? Or are you, here's back in the center, or are you dragging behind a little bit? And it's okay if you get off the rails a little bit, but just correct it and try to be as aware of the beat as you can. And if you can, count 1 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4. And putting those 8 notes in there, the ands, will help make it a little bit easier to stay with the groove of the metronome. And bouncing back and forth like that. Okay, let's go up to 80 beats per minute. And there'll be a more concise version of this in the practice session for this lesson, so be looking forward to that. Right now I'm just being really picky with my technique and trying to stay as on the beat as possible. So count yourself off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. 8 those if you can. 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. And moving another part of your body. My head's nodding. I'm only hitting the top 3 to 5 strings. Getting that rotational movement in there, not digging too much of the pick into the strings. Maintaining a downward, right now, a downward angle for my pick attack, for my angle like this. Right. Stay nice and loose. Keep it going. Okay. Now, as we get faster, make sure that your technique stays relatively the same, especially when we're only doing 60, 70, and 80, or sorry, 70, 80, 90 beats per minute here. We're at 80 right now. Okay, once you feel good with that, I'm going to go up to 90. And you can push past this. You can do 100, 110, 122 if you want. Because at some point, your technique will start to fall apart when you get faster and you'll start to tense up and all this stuff. So, okay, here's 90. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. Really listen to see if you're on the beat or if you're pushing it a little bit. If you're pushing a little bit and you get off, stop, listen, 3, 4, start again. And one thing that always helps, if you find yourself keep rushing ahead like this, just think to yourself, relax, sink back into it. Wait for the beat to come to you. Really be aware of where it is. Be right on it, just relax. And if you find yourself dragging, just create a little more urgency. Stay aware of that beat. Really move your head, tap your foot, get right on the beat. That's 90 beats per minute. So we broke up the challenges of upstroke strumming technique, and now we're adding timing into there. So it can be kind of a little bit difficult to think about. It takes more CPU usage with your brain to think about both at the same time. So take this as slow as you need to. If you need to go back and concentrate on upstroke strumming a little bit more, just out of time, do that. If it's feeling pretty good, just incorporate this into your daily practice routine 2 times a day if you can, morning and evening. Once is fine too. It's more important to be consistent than it is to, do it for like an hour on one day a week and then not touch it for the rest of the week. So keep that in mind. If you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to go to guitarfam.com and create your complimentary account so you can go through the entire first module of the Strumming Doctor on the site. That way you'll get access to the practice sessions that are coming up too. We'll go over this. It's going to be a 5 to 7 minute practice session for this. So it'll be really concise. That way it's not eating up too much of your practice time, but you'll still get the benefit of being aware of the beat, sharpening your timing a little bit, and sharpening your upstroke strumming technique in the context of being and playing in time. See you there.